Hey now, Leafeator here with our final group stage fantasy update show thing. It's day 4, and while we have less games overall, the potential for mythical tiebreakers makes day 4 super exciting. Now, Group A does have a lot of fun potential for those tiebreakers, but the teams in Group A are only playing 2 games. Most teams in Group B are playing 4 games, so we're going to be looking for Group B for all of our players today. Except Na'Vi and OG are only playing 2 games or 1 set. It's a lot of numbers, and sorry. So we can forget about them. Also, we can forget about NIP because most like this international, no one's going to remember them because they're bad. The magical number for upper bracket looks to be 9 wins, which means that if you want to secure the top half, 9 is probably the number you want to hit of victories to make it there. I expect Vici, as they're playing Na'Vi first, to clinch the upper bracket early. If Na'Vi drops both games to Vici, and after their performance yesterday, I expect that to happen, then they all but secure themselves a ticket in the lower bracket. Next, we have EG and Virtus Pro, who start the day against each other. Because EG is starting the day with 6 points compared to VP's 5, it'll be easier for EG to clinch a spot in the upper bracket, as they only need to split the series with VP and then dumpster NIP to get those 3 more points to make it to 9 total. I only have 5 fingers in this hand, I'm very sorry. VP, though, they control their own destiny. If they win out against EG and Fnatic, they should take the upper bracket with no tiebreakers necessary. That leaves us with 3 more interesting teams, Infamous, RNG, and Fnatic. They, like VP, start the group with 5 points today. Fnatic will be facing RNG and VP. Infamous will play NiP and RNG will play Fnatic and Infamous. There's a comical amount of permutations as to who ends up with 6, 7, or 8 points, and it's silly to pretend like we can predict that. But if we want to take an educated guess, I think that Infamous will be the team to edge out Fnatic and RNG. So, what card should you be picking? That's probably what you're wondering. That's probably why you watch the video, right? It's not for my face. It's not great. Today, it's a little more involved. I'm sorry. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of fantasy pick thing. If you think EG is going to lose to VP and then end up in tiebreakers, you should pick Arteezy, Sumail, and Fly. However, if you think the reverse is true, that VP is going to drop a game to EG but still end up in the tiebreakers, you should pick Ramses and Solo. Next, out of Infamous, RNG, and Fnatic, you should pick the team that you think will do best and make it to the tiebreakers. For Infamous, that's K1, Chris Luck, and Stinger. Fnatic, take Jabs, Abed, and Dubu. And finally, for Royal RNG, you should pick Monet, Setsu, and Afu. Now, if you think EG will be playing more games, I would choose Sumail over all 3 of those aforementioned mid players. But if you're going with VP, I'd rather take one of the mids from those other lower teams than VP. I think a lot of people are going to be playing conservative and picking EG today. I'd argue most people's fantasy rosters look like this with Arteezy, Ramses, Sumail, Fly, and Solo. Now, I'm a little behind in my points, thanks to Mid One and Newbie. So I'm going to not be picking any EG players. I'm going with VP and Infamous. VP and Infamous. Ramses, K1, Chris Luck, Stinger, and Solo. I think VP has a solid shot to get out of this rut they're in, and even though Infamous is inexperienced, I like them over both Fnatic and RNG. Now, while I believe the tiebreakers will happen at the 8-point mark, it's very much possible that there's a tiebreaker at the 7 points instead that can feature even more teams like Na'Vi. I think that scenario is less likely. We're not going to go there. There's even scenarios where there's no tiebreakers. Say VP wins 4 games and Infamous wins 4 games. That's it. They're in. In short, day 4 might be very, very nutty. There can be big wins for people who predict the tiebreaker teams. So good luck, because it's a little bit of a crapshoot, but maybe we can do it. I think we can do it. Let's do it. We're gonna do it. We are going to do it. Yeah.